everyone, and welcome to What Remains of Edith Finch. I love this game. I've seen a couple YouTubers play it. I've always wanted to experience it for myself, and it went on sale because of the whole Steam sale, so I thought, what a best chance to buy it and then share this with you guys. So I'm really excited. I can't wait for y'all to join me and just enjoy this experience if you hadn't seen it yet. It'd be a great thing to start. Oh, it just, okay. I want to actually, so this is like the tree. I wanted to go to controls. Audio? No. Graphics? I wanted to see if it had like a, oh, nope. Never mind. I'll just play. So we can turn the page of this book. Wait, I'm making sure you guys can actually see this. Okay, yes. Yes, you can. So, let me just post what I normally do, which is basically saying that, hey, I'm live. And then sometimes I'll post it in my other channels. Yeah. Okay. Let's get started. Oh, whoa, hi. Okay, let me just change how my computer's set up a little bit. That's really weird. Oh, so I can look out. Let me just make my DPI higher. So I got a backpack. I have a cast. I got some lilies. But snapback, I don't like that. Okay.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Ooh. No, we're already here. Nice. Let me know if you guys can't hear me. And I'll fix it. Yeah. Okay. Is there like a sprint button? Clean my computer screen, my god. Okay. Now let's head forward.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Ooh. Oh, that's so pretty. Can I sprint? No, that's like a zoom. Okay, we'll find out. Can I jump? No. Okay.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Huh, well, we can't pull those out. Okay. That's kind of cool. This is like a little birdhouse.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Ooh. I just kicked that.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked.
And I love how you can like
Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Yeah. If you run into the words, if you're lucky, you can like hit them. Frogs. This is pretty. Pretty little scenery.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
Where? Where are the hoof prints? Oh, hoof prints? Are those the hoof prints? I know that there is a achievement you can get by taking like all the paths to the house. Huh. A deer. That's kind of cool. Can I follow it? No, just come back. That's kind of cool.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it.
Interesting.
But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Also weird. Okay, I want to go back, and I want to take the other way. I know I'm being slow, but I want that achievement. The music is so pretty. Oh, wait, I forgot. There's like a copyrighted song in here that I'm gonna have to turn off game audio for. That really sucks. Or I'm gonna have to like edit it in YouTube before it goes up. No, I can't because we have that whole like thing with Twitch now and you can't have copyrighted music. I'll figure something out. I'm gonna go this way now. Bunch of frog noises. Can I go this way? No? Oh, there's like water there. And cliff. Oh, what was that? Look at it's like glowing. This way.
The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent.
All roads.
As if they're about to say something, but never do.
Nice. Oh, that was nice little achievement if you just go back and walk the other way. And it leads you to the same spot, it's just something interesting.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
It's really cool. Super
As a
pretty.
child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
So you're 17. Okay. Well, I don't want to do that just yet. Ooh! Is there like another way in? Or do I have to go through the cat door?
I heard something moving around in the garage.
I don't know if I want to go in that way. I thought this is not a horror game. Okay, so I can go through the front door, I can go through the cat door. I'm gonna go through the cat door because why not? Yeah, you know what? Why not? Especially when I heard a thump in the garage. This is a bad idea. This is a really bad idea. Somebody stop me.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Okay, what was the thump we heard? No power?
The power had been turned off the night we left.
But what was the thump in the garage? She said she heard a thump in the garage. What was the thump? I don't see anything that would be out of place. I don't like this.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
Did you?
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Nice. I can't open
My
the door.
mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Interesting.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
So they packed up in a hurry.
Instead of a family, there were just memories of one. Only one restaurant would deliver to our house. We had Chinese a lot.
Okay, so they left. So Dawn is our mom. Edith is the me. Edie is the grandma, and Lewis is the other boy. Can I go back this way and go through the main entrance of the house? There's so many routes. I didn't even realize there's so many routes. No. Okay, no. I'm kind of stuck in here. Oh well.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
Okay.
It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture. My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
It's such an interesting layout, and there's so many books.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house.
I don't want to interrupt her when she's talking. Oh, look! And it goes up. That's kind of cool. I don't want to interrupt her when she's talking, but it only takes like 1,000 books to be considered a library. Crazy, right?
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
That's cool.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
It's cute. Not creepy at all. Can I look through? Yeah.
Edie told me once that every finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Interesting way of saying it. Now how do I back out? I should look at the control. No, there is no control. Okay. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. okay, I just have to like move around.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Look at this railing, it's been repaired. Has a death
Molly
date
always
on it.
seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
That's a cute room.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Yes, she was a child star.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
That was sad.
Mom must have locked the 3rd floor stairs on the night we left.
Okay, I can interact.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Okay. I want to interact with like everything I can. I know that there's an open room down there, but... Gregory.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Gregory's room is the bathroom. With pink everywhere. Huh. Okay. I don't remember everything. This game is like super old when I remember watching it. Calvin.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother.
Ooh.
Calvin.
That's sad. Like you grow older and your stuff changes, but like the other side, it's like completely different. It's cute though how they have it like decorated. It's fun.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
So you're named after Edith? Sven, Hosted Finch, and Edie. Okay, the open room was over here.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Until today. Click.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
Those little, like, secret passages.
But I had no idea what was behind the door.
So we're at Molly's room.
Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
That's funny and cute.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Yeah, something you can only see from afar, and now you're allowed to see it in real life. Interesting.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Alright. Apparently, oh, so we're Molly now. Looked around for something to eat.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Oh, look, he's interacting with the little things.
My Halloween candy was all gone. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Oh, ooh. That's gross. But they look like just a carrot, so it should be fine. Okay, I clipped through the door.
I kept eating and eating.
Oh, no, no. Oh, no. Gross. I mean minty. Those look fake.
I
Okay.
ate a lot of things that night.
Should you really be eating decorations?
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
Yeah, wait. I know that there's an interaction here.
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
Okay. You're mean.
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
Oh.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Well, you're chasing it. Well, at least it doesn't like make you... No, you can only jump to certain places.
Mom
Point.
and Dad didn't even look at me.
Those look like clay outlines.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired.
Just leave the poor bird alone. Where'd she go? Oh.
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl.
Oh, now we're an
First,
owl.
all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. Rabbits.
Where? Rabbits where?
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit.
So this kid
Then I
has a
flew
vivid
off to find
imagination.
something bigger. a mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
What? This shark would be very dead.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean.
Did you see that car I almost just hit?
I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals.
There's one right there. There.
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
This kid is very, very violent. And she still has both her flippers.
Grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Now I'm like a kraken. Oh, I can touch it.
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Oh yeah, I can touch the words.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Oh boy. I don't even know if this song's copyrighted or not. Let's get through this section.
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Yeah, I don't think you did. What do we do with the drunken sailor early in the morning? Way up she rises. Sailing with the rescue in the morning. Can somebody stop the Christmas music, please? I don't want to hear this.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
This is a bathroom.
I got closer and closer.
Oh, it's my bathroom. This is my bedroom.
All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to be, and we both know I will be delicious.
Okay. Creepy. That's the last thing she wrote.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
So that's Edie's daughter. Yeah, link.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here.
I heard a cat
before
cry.
my mom sealed the doors.
Did you hear a cat cry? I just heard a cat meow. Oh, there is a cat. Am I? No. Why am I?
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Huh. Here, this is what I'm wondering, is the fact that what happened to that kid?
I spent a lot of time in Great Grandma Edie's room.
So this is Edie's room. Birds. Lurpy. So many bird cages. Owl. Does she like keeping birds? A snake. I'm a snake.
Her room was like a museum.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. Shark.
Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
So this is Gregory's room.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Interesting. So, her
when Edie
mom's
told people
dad.
Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed.
Oh.
She could have, but she didn't.
That's sad.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go.
Edie's
For a
like
few
the...
weeks, she was a celebrity.
Edie's like one of those old people like...
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Edith Jr. lecture.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious. Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
That's kind of sad. There's a thing over here I can interact with.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune.
That's not good.
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
He's sailing with the whole house?
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
That's so sad.
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
That's so sad, though.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
That's so sad though, because Molly was her firstborn, and
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
That's cute. But like, that's so sad, like your firstborn and they don't know how she died either. Or at least it sounds like she died in her sleep, or she was like killed, but I don't really know. Interesting. Oh, so I guess this key works multiple places? Or they're all the same lock. There is a secret in this bathroom by Spen and Edie Finch.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Well, that's kind of cool. Oh! Hey, you're ruining the little pop-up book. Don't do that. That's cool. The dark room. We just exposed it to light. Light though.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Yeah, I can see that with all this stuff here. This game's probably going to be pushed into 2 parts. Oh, Milton's here too. Push. So he grew up. As you can see.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin.
It's really sad.
And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
Broken leg. Oh, we're swinging.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
That's not a good thing.
At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't.
Barbara.
I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
Oh no, this is
I
bad.
told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Everyone's tried to do that though. With going around the swing.
Calvin, I'm not gonna tell you again!
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it.
started.
I think he'd already made up his mind.
Made up his mind for what?
That's what I want to remember about my brother.
He was stubborn? There it goes.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he didn't.
No. Did he jump off?
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Did you jump off the cliff? Did you jump off the cliff? You didn't? Oh my god, it's almost... That's just... It's like... Oh boy. That's, not good. Hope everyone's enjoying it. Well, I'll end my reaction. Oh.
Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
And then forced the twin to live in the room.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
I believe it. I wouldn't want to be in here either. Blink. These are really cool though. Up, I guess. How are these books not moving? Are they painted on? More from Milton, I see.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Okay, let's open this. So, I know here there is some copyrighted music.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
So what I'm going to do is press escape. Audio, music to 0, and then play. And the only reason why I'm doing this is so I can get rid of the copyrighted music so you guys can still enjoy it, even though I love the music.
It must have been for her afterwards.
I love the music in this game. Oh, gross. Why is that still in here? Oh, look at that. That's a cute picture, but she's holding a crutch. I love you hearing her like struggle to get in and out. Look at, these are cute. Okay, let's. I know this part has it. Hopefully it doesn't do it.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Hopefully it doesn't do it. The copyrighted music.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been.
Oh, that's sad.
But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better.
Oh,
I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
That's sad.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
Thanks, babe.
20
Like a total
minutes
Chad.
later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue.
I'm just gonna auto turn the page. Oh, I can't talk really.
She
Then.
reached for the music box.
Oh, now I'm doing it. Okay. Well, anyways, I was gonna say is like that's what you don't get with like these child stars. They get like washed up sometimes, or they don't have jobs or something, and they get put in this really bad, vulnerable position sometimes. And so like this is kind of like you feel for them.
And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Except for that damn music box playing. Cool, I got rid of the bad copyrighted music.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Yeah, especially when there's blood next to it. Bonk. Ha. 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 Ha.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Ugh. Gross. Hiya.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
You deserve that.
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
Good. Good for you, Barbara.
But she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, we're dead, Walter.
Yeah, so what should be playing is that like Friday the 13th like music. Like, I'm sure you guys know what it is. You know, do 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 do. I guess it'd be more creepy if that was playing, but I can't have that playing right now.
Walter, are you there? Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Oh shit.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And who he was, he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
I'm beating the shit out of this thing. Wonder, can I hit him through the door? No. Okay. That would have been funny if I could. Okay, secret passageways that we know about because we used.
She played her part beautifully.
Sounded like he busted the door open. Oh, Molly's room.
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned.
He didn't notice? So that's where the repaired handle comes from.
But she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Why are you walking so slow? I would have just jumped on top of him, honestly. Of course not, yep. Yeah, of course.
Had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but
Oh, that just gives you chills.
Barbara was magnificent.
So 2 kids.
Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans.
Oh, he has the
Of course,
crutch in the
police
background.
blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear.
Ew.
Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Oh, God. I don't like
Edie
puns.
told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Yeah, maybe. But it's still sad. It's even more sad if you think about it. Because they don't have the real proof of how she died. But if you think about it, like 2 of the kids from that were Edie's kids, which was Molly and Barbara, both died.
I guess now I know why
By
Mom didn't like me
being-
playing with the music box.
So now it's telling me to go to the music box. Basically guiding me there. We played with this earlier, but since we didn't know the trick, it's gonna let us do it now. Yeah. I like that. But hey, I turned off music. Shouldn't that not be playing? Hold on. Cute little basement. And then here's the workshop. Yep. Nothing wrong with the table saw. You'd think they would have like old
Mom said the
blood.
basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
I mean, not true. That's totally true, but like you would think the basement would have more proof that an accident didn't occur down
I
here.
saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Okay.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
Of course not. That would be too easy.
It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
Leaving the music off for a little longer because I know that there's also like a little section in here that might have copyrighted
I remember
music.
asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Oh, that's kind of crappy, huh? So you don't have to listen to the stories. I'm noticing that. Look, it lets you just continue. But I'm gonna listen to all the stories.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
30 years? In a bunker?
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week.
Little kid's hair.
But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today.
Oh, he's just gonna...
I always expected to be dead tomorrow.
Oh, that's sad.
But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
You can see the dates changing.
And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
Like, camp
It's been a
teachers
week
are
now,
good, though.
the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
This doesn't seem good. And there's a memorial, so they know that he died.
I know it's out there somewhere.
Feeling guilt.
Whatever killed Barbara,
Aww. He's feeling guilt that his sister died.
Molly,
Oh yeah, because Molly and her
and
died
Calvin.
of the same thing. Calvin... But Calvin
Maybe
jumped
this
off the cliff.
is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me.
I don't feel like this is
Whatever's
gonna...
out there,
Oh no.
I want you to know, I'm ready for it.
No, this
I'm
is a
going to
bad
appreciate
idea.
all of it,
Please
especially
stop.
the food.
No.
I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month.
A month. Or a week.
Or a single week.
I don't know.
I'd be happy with one new day.
No, can we just... No.
I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Oh god. So he got hit by a train. For being an idiot and walking on train tracks.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Okay, but look, there's a train set. You know what trains are. You know what train tracks are.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
That's just the dumbest thing. Yeah, but it's also the dumbest thing that you would know what train tracks are, and yet you would still let them hit you like that and like stay in the way. And ugh. That's just like you like train sets and
maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
Or maybe she was afraid
but if
that
she never told me about an uncle under the house.
I
can only imagine what else she was hiding.
Well,
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
Yeah.
Trying to bury something that's still alive.
Okay, but he just chose to be down there, and he didn't want to be.
There's only one of us left.
He wanted to be left alone.
Or maybe 2.
I don't like this. You need to get out
I
of
thought
here.
it was time I heard the stories for myself.
Faster, walk faster. You're on train tracks.
And found out what happened to everyone else.
Honey, you're on train tracks that killed your
But now I'm
freaking
worried the
uncle.
stories themselves might be the problem.
God damn it.
Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
It's probably not. No. And then you put a train. That's mocking. Oh, well, looks like there is no train to worry about. Fell into the ocean. But still, like, that's just... Ugh. Ugh.
I don't know
like
if I
that.
should even be writing this.
But you are anyways.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
No, it's good to know your family history. Those
But
lights
I
still
thought you
work.
should know about your family.
Creepy totem pole. It's creepy. That's
And the history you're a part of.
That's where that thing went slithing in to get Molly. There's the old house that they talked about before.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
I'm always feeling lost.
I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
I mean, but it also doesn't mean blindsiding and just like being reckless like that. Because it could be a family curse, but it can also just be you guys being reckless.
And when you look at the house, that
Like, come on.
history of imagination and stubbornness and madness.
I mean, guys, think about it. You're a train person, you like trains. You can hear the train coming, and you still chose to just stand there and let it hit you. All you had to do was move out of the goddamn way. That's all you had to do, and you would have been fine. But no, I guess that would be too easy, huh? Like, that death was unnecessary and it didn't need to happen. You know?
Any of it seems possible.
True. That was creepy. Can't go this way, so we gotta go this way.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it.
Yeah, that's also a thing.
What kind of family
happen.
finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
A lot.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but
But
the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
That's sad, but you know, at least you admit it. So, Lucy, Daisy, Tucker, Charlie, Coco, Zoe. Well, Zoe. And then Oliver, Shadow, Bob, Christopher. Oh, the fish, yeah. Talk about it. Shatsy. Bailey. Frog. That one's knocked over.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Molly. Man, a lot of these people died really young. Calvin, Sven, Edie. When did they update that? Okay. Walter. Barbara. That's sad.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea.
Oh yeah,
My mom was
obviously.
always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away.
Oh yeah, that was her dad.
She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Yeah, wouldn't you want to go back to where things were more simple?
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
Well, that's good. You have a
Her
greater
dad had been pretty
understanding.
strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
That's kind of sad, though. Hilton.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Okay, so Sanjay, I know Sanjay's the father.
We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
That's sad, though. Everyone in your family only has one living member. They carried on the line. Anyone else was, like, dead. It's kind of sad. Like, what are you supposed to do with that? It's like, if you had so many siblings and you know one of you guys are gonna die, like, all but one is gonna die, that would cause, like, a super rift in the family, I would think. I don't know, that's just my thinking. It would just suck. A lot.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now.
Oop.
Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
It seems like she didn't want you to come back at all. Sounded like she wanted to shelter you from all this, but it didn't help anything. And she wanted you to know your family history, but at the same time she didn't, because she was wondering if that is what made the curse the way the curse is. Up the stairs.
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
So you're 17 and 22 weeks pregnant. Because she said it earlier. That she's 17. And yeah, you shouldn't be climbing around when you're 22 weeks pregnant. Yeah. You look down, you can kind of tell that she has a belly, and she mentioned something about having a belly earlier. So it makes sense. America! I'm sorry, I saw the flag, and it's the first thing I thought.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Yeah, that's her dad.
They were both pretty intense. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Weird. Wow, look at all those medals. So he was a military
Instead
man.
of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Uh-oh, I don't like that. Okay. Stuff that belongs to K, I'm guessing. Every kiss begins with K. It's the only thing I can, like, think of when I see that. Look at that dapper man.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Mm-hmm. Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
Aw.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hey!
Hey!
That's a keeper.
It's cool you get to mess with the camera and stuff.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Dawn. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Dawn, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great...
Dad!
Good eyes, Dawn. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Oh.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target.
I don't even see the deer on this photo.
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Dawn!
Well, that's sound.
I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Forced her to kill a deer when she didn't want to.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so...
normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Oh! It's kind of what you get. I'm gonna be honest.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
And she didn't want to tell you. She has every right not to want to tell you something. Oh, there's a door here. Oh. Am I supposed to go this way? Wait, hold on. Was I supposed to go this way? Yeah, that's a little peephole for his room. I guess I was supposed to go that way. Oops. Okay. This is like an attic, I guess.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
I mean, you would think so because that's her granddaughter. And she just lost her son. Oh, so they lived in the attic that was uninsulated. Okay, Gregory. Okay, so Gregory was a baby. Dawn and Gus.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
And then Gus. And his little note is a... Oh, wait. Lawsuit has been filed against you. No, I want to read it. Damn. Lawsuit has been filed against you. Petitioner, respondent, Sanford. So, why?
Dear Kay, Do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he
So
thought he
she
was
divorced
alone?
him.
Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
Uh-oh. Oh yeah,
I think he
I
saw
know
things
this.
the rest of us don't.
I didn't put back on the music. The good thing I didn't, because this one has like some copyrighted music too. Where if you move the frog, it would make music. So it was a little baby in the bathtub by himself.
Back things over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie.
This looks like the bathtub that was
Hello?
pink. Guess that's why they called it Gregory's.
Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. What his world was like. He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was he saw, it sure made him happy.
I'm trying to flip him over. This doesn't control as well as you think. There you go.
I know how silly it sounds. That I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it.
Oh, I know how this is going.
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw.
So he drowned.
Hey, there's so much I don't understand. About Gregory. About everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault.
It kind of is. You left a baby in the bathtub by itself.
I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
So, that's a creepy looking baby. I should turn back on the music before I forget again. And she has no comment to say about that? Okay, here's the poetry one.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea.
Okay.
Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard.
Ooh.
My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Ooh. So this kid got killed by the storm?
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
Ooh, so he died because he stayed outside. Oh, that's not good. He seems like a rebel.
Talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Okay. He kind of made this like a little military joint. Dawn sweeping trash, Gus mop and mow, Greg be a baby. Funny. Oh, rock wall.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
Yeah, you would have.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
I mean, she has to stay in the room still. That still sucks. Imagine trying to come up here to sleep every night. Yeah, I'd be so tired.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
So Sanjay
She
is
spent a
our
summer
father.
building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
And there's a memorial for him too.
Louis was born a year later.
Of course. That's why you get married.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go.
Dawn,
I'm sure
Louis,
Edie was happy to have her back.
Milton, and Edith.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
Look at a little school. Little classroom. Does she
And for a
homeschool
while,
them?
things were good. Almost normal. But it didn't last.
That's unfortunate. That's such a horrible Photoshop. Oh!
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
That sucks. beautiful up here.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Little pink book. He's drawing another one. He just vanished.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
That sucks. It's a cool little elevator though.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
He ran away though, because that book implies that he ran away. He painted a doorway out. And he took it. And this is the same doorway he was in that thing.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
So what happened then? So what happened to Milton? I would love to know. Oh, by the way, like, I'm replaying
Mom
this.
definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself.
That's sad. But, no, I'm playing this because I saw Film Theorist did a film theory on
he
this.
just spent more and more time in his room.
And
until
I wanted,
Mom got him a job at the cannery.
and I just wanted to, like, live it for myself.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
Reminds me of one of my friends. Like, I meant the type of stuff. One of my friends is the lovable pothead in our group. Here we No, come on, open it. Okay, there you go. It's a boat though. It's just a boat as a room. Yeah, what I thought so. Pothead.
Lewis's room smelled very
What are you doing?
familiar.
What are you doing? I didn't tell you
That
to
part of him
leave.
lived on.
Trying to look around and you're telling me to leave? Nope.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Okay, so what happened?
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
Oh. Oh, whoa, this is
I asked him
weird.
to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
It's hard multitasking this.
And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. He took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then.
So he's daydreaming.
Daydreaming at the cannery.
His job. It's hard to control.
I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused.
I feel like my arm's super stretched out. Hold on. Let me reposition myself. Okay.
Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on.
Oh, it's taking up more of my
even
vision.
Encouraged him.
That's not good.
It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Puppy!
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band.
Cute.
And he was always humming something.
You don't think this is...
Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever.
That's not good.
And one day
like
it struck him
disassociating.
that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won.
Of course he won.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him.
Oh no.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality.
This isn't good. I don't like where this is going.
Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery.
Yeah, this
Even
isn't
as his
getting
mother
good.
pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
I would have dragged his ass by the ear. And they just let him stay here?
In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for sinister serpents. followed the sound of her
silver heartbeat.
Silver harp.
No, silver harp.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon.
I don't like where this is going.
Even then, his logic remained sound.
How is his logic sound? Oh, she's pretty.
He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Okay. If he knew that, then why is he doing this?
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
This isn't good. Never good to
Someone
evolve
who'd
this
never
far.
known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Oh, this is bad. So, oh, this is really bad. Okay.
He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Oh, this isn't good. Oh, this is not good at all.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Sad.
I still thought I could save him.
Well, you did wrong, lady.
Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
I would have told him you're not allowed to go to work
The palace
anymore.
would be packed with his companions.
Oh my god, he's on a conveyor belt. This is not really good. There's a kitty! Look at the big kitty! The music is catchy.
Calico who'd insisted on inviting him.
Wise Calico. No, look at the kitty. We just enjoy the kitty. Okay. It's cute cat.
His queen waited, holding his crown.
This is a good tune, not gonna lie.
There was only one thing left to do.
So basically, he committed suicide. That's not good.
Bend down his head.
It's a guillotine.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Yeah, but you fucked up by letting... I would sue. I would sue saying that, you know, her not doing things right.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
That's sad. It's really sad, though. So much death in this family.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left.
Mom was hurting. She just lost her oldest and her second oldest. Then the span
My mom
of
ended up leaving everything behind.
a couple of months.
What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
It really sucks though. She was hurting, didn't want to lose anymore, didn't want to lose the
But it
last
had
kid
to end
left.
one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Now it's the last night.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Why would you seal the library though? It's not even a room that belonged to anyone.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house.
And you sealed the grandmother's room too. It's like, how's she supposed to use her room anymore? This way.
Edith has a right to know these stories. My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
History of the Finches by Edie Finch.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born.
But she does have a right to know
That
her family
night,
history.
The tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years.
You know what? She's saying, oh, my children are dead because of the stories. I'm like, is it because they're dead of the stories? I mean, Milton vanished. We don't know what happened to Milton. But Lewis was mentally ill, and people continued to let that fantasy take over him.
God, it smelled awful.
And then he died.
I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. I started seeing things.
So are we gonna go into the old house?
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me.
So she does make it to
or
the
maybe
house.
I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go!
I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car.
Can we go back?
I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone.
So she vanished too.
After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it, but she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last finch left alive.
Well, you don't know what happened to your grandmother.
Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you. And tell you all these stories myself.
That's cute.
But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Oh. So did...
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Oh. The son was reading it the entire time, but... Or daughter, like, but it looks like a boy. I mean, yeah, 17, not ready to give birth. Wow. Yeah, all little kid pictures of them. I forgot that about the twist, the end of everything. This game is so complex and so beautiful. Milton. Wow. Such a short experience too. It has a lot of replay value. No, I mean, maybe not. Maybe you want to take your time more on these stories, or just skip most of them. Thanks, John. Am I supposed to click on something? What was that achievement about? Huh, weird. Oh, there's a frog. Steven, lead sound director. It's cute. That's all that little cute fellas. The peaches. I'm so happy for all you guys joining me on this. Even though I knew some of the story, it was a good refresher and beautiful to watch. It's always different playing it yourself, because you get to see things that you didn't see before, or experience at your own pace. And then you get my lovely commentary with it. It's just amazing. Oh look, they made a finch. Huh? Oh. Oh, that was creepy. The replay story is available. Select Edith to play from the beginning. Replay story. What does replay story do? Oh, so I can replay any of the stories that I actually visited? I just want to see what this meant. Oh, this is the ending. Alright. So these two are intertwined. I get it. She dies in 2017, it says. Yeah. So I'm guessing you can choose to skip any of them. But that was fun. I'm gonna change this over to somebody who's streaming, probably one of my friends. Because every time we end a stream, we raid somebody. So let's see who's on. I guess I can send it over to somebody I usually play with for, well, I play on their channel or stuff. So thank you all so much for joining me tonight, and I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I'll see you real soon. It's weird. It's not popping up the raid stuff. I said raid created, but it didn't do that. Hey, what's a stream without technical difficulties, right? Already have a raid in process, but I can't click on anything. It's not showing up for me to send you guys. Okay. I can't do anything. Huh. Does that fix it? No? Yes? Can I do it from here? Okay. Oh, now it's showing. Oh. But I can't click it. Oh. Wait. Yay. I did it. You guys have a lovely night, and I'll talk to you guys real soon. Bye.